Mina Isatu Smile Sesay, and this is now the program Talk to the Camera. As this is a festive season, and also during the festive season, we can see so many accidents can happen at the country. Because of that, we dey engage with different transport stakeholders them, and also the Sierra Leone police. What they don't put in place for see that we limit the accidents we can take place in the country. Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
Amina John Samuel Kalondo Banya, the National Secretary General for Sierra Leone Commercial Motorbike Riders Union.
And as we dey inside the festive season now, and we don't see plenty time them we plenty good accidents don't they happen. Okada riders them can involve. I go want or viewers go want for no waiting. Actually, the union don't put in place for say this festive season we not get accidents where bike riders then will be involved.
I think we don't just even this being time we don't meet with the Road Transport Safety Authority on the board. We meet and even don't involve into operation where we able for help for decongest the traffic now the city. That's now one point we don't put in place. Besides that, we get with bike monitoring officers where they're responsible for for implementing policies and what they put for in our laws them where we riders them for abide by. And we don't tell them say everybody for make sure say if they within the law of the union, we for make sure say even the speed, if for limit them and you for be a law abiding by the rules and regulations of the country and as well even the union. And we don't make sure say the one the way be say where they talk that they take drug them. We don't even put we get waiting with BMOs and we don't put and say therefore even check you the code of dress. Even how you go sit down somebody because even the passenger way they sit down bear you, the older way they come up from your mouth, and they show say you not possible you the drug, and all of them say we don't put modalities in place. While we BMOs they make sure say therefore they check the riders them as when they go don't put them small checkpoints in.
Okay. And most of the time we can see during the festive season bike riders they can take them 3 passengers them. So what you know don't put in place towards that?
That's one thing where we don't even put emphasis on. Overloading. We can even put today will be making 10,000 for we possible overload. But now for let we able make we don't talk to we colleagues them even up to up country for say anybody will overload with a whole lamp. Therefore park the bike winner for 3 days. Then they had to pass the 10,000 way they pay. Because when you don't say it's map for 3 days, you don't know say the case is serious.
Certain time can they during the festive season where plenty people can say, oh, I not go take bike riders, I not go take bike because I not go one let them jog me bag or I not go one for me then thief me. So what in una made up of that as a union where some citizens get the perception about the riders there?
I want for categorically tell you now say members of our unions are well identified, they get ID cards and we register them, they get membership card. For anyone where you talk of, for say, a fall in that category, not a member. Because a member can be identified. And any member will be say, a fall in that, not a member, with this owner. Because now make we do clean, we can sit down and fend the 1,000 for make we able for survive with your families. Them. And I believe, say, we do on average every day, and everybody, they live on the same motorcycle. As I can talk to you, so over 11 months among them, they can live on that particular bike. You talk about the one way they sell the spare part. You talk about the fuel sellers. You talk about spare part sellers. You even talk about we yourself as riders. We own families. The one way they give them bike here. You don't understand. So even the police, the traffic wardens, they all with the share. So by the way person go there, they get in earning. For saying now they go jog back. Now people where they can inside the system where be say they're not even part of we. So now make we don't even tell the legal aid board director where they can defend we in a court. That anybody where they the whole day. We be say is saying a rider. Let ask her, let identify himself. Most of them are not our members. Yeah.
Okay. This BNTM we see the Sierra Leone police be launch an operation where they stop the bike riders them for use the CBDs and we be see where una be get issues with the Sierra Leone police. And now na a festive season. So what you know don't put in place for strengthening the system for make the bike riders they not go use the festive season. We're not going to use the CBDs this festive season.
Now make we don't put emphasis. We don't lay down there to rest. We go to the ONS headquarters where we sit down with the director. We and we don't agree. The national coordinator we don't agree. We say for pass and we say we not for pass inside the city here. So the police then are then now for reinforce because most of them are they get their own brothers them. they give them chance they can inside. And when you give the next man the chance, that particular rider now you go tell the other rider say, hey, me I can go now, not someone I can ride. And that can able it is it give that scope for let can inside. But if down there you where you said now you own brother, but inside na rider, ask and let not go. Which side we don't say nobody not for go. So now you make I don't even put on to them again say, they don't left the bubble down, they don't flow inside the city. And we don't agree, and we stand by them, we stand by the security apparatus for make sure they will abide the law in the country.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mama, for having me this time.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
Me na Mr. K.S. Kamara, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Director of Traffic Management and Road Safety.
And we know say we're into the festive seasons, and we don't see plenty time then can they during the festive season the accident rate can I go want or viewers go want for no waiting. Actually, the police don't put in place for say we get, if not we not get accident at all, but we get less accident.
Yeah, well, before now, we don't engage the transport sector, the police, SLRSA, bike riders, drivers union, keke riders. We don't engage them into a meeting, right, for discuss about the festive season. And also, we get what we call operational orders. We don't prepare them, we don't distribute them to all DTOs countrywide. And also, the director of operations, instead we don't prepare your own generic operational orders for see how we go police the festive season and the area of traffic. And today, we'll decide for call then drivers union, executive, bike riders, keke riders, and other stakeholders. We can remind them back, but then duties and responsibilities and roles and responsibilities, what they're supposed to do for this festive season, at least, law will minimize road crashes them during this festive season. For make the riders them, the keke riders, the bike riders, drivers, make them behave themselves, then change their behavior, and then change their attitude towards the use of the road. Make them no say, not to the normal, they use the road, you have other pedestrians, you have other people there, other pedestrians and school picking them, other people there, they work now the road with foot, then they so for make they know how then they use the road, make all man be safe. When they talk about road safety, for make all man be safe and the use of the road. And that's where we get this meeting today. We'll call all them stakeholders there.
And also during the time for the celebration, like what we can say the Christmas celebration, we can see plenty plenty vehicles that can overload. Even some Okada riders themselves can even take them 3 passengers, 4 passengers. So how will we get to see the police during the celebration of the Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, well, the police get for day for enforce the law. And una seferi, what we discuss, naya, but the make of the vehicle, motorcar, or a taxi, or a private car, who for suppose for only take 3 or 4 passengers, enough for overload them. Keke, who for take 3 passengers, enough for overload them. Bike, who for just take 1 passenger, you the rider and 1 pillion, enough for overload them. So we therefore enforce the law. And in fact, we don't even start them. Then these are starting from Saturday. We're on the verge because you see say during this festive season or during the festive season, people and they use vehicle them, unregistered vehicle them. And then in they cause problem for we and go cause an accident or a crash. You know they know the vehicle number, then they cause them crash and the road crash and then they run, then go. You understand? Hit and run. You see, in fact, then these are, as I talk to una so now, we don't arrest about up to 15 or 16 vehicle them, unregistered vehicle there. We don't turn them over to road safety authority so that you will get your motorcar now. You go to road safety. Before they release them now they in the day, you license them. You do everything. Get a number plate, you license them, insure them, before they release them, before they hand them over to you. We don't hand over all them vehicles and they will be arrest, at least to road safety authority. Then get them now for make then see the right thing should be done. Because just imagine, people and they use don't pull boku money, then 60, 70, 80, 100 or more millions, you don't buy motorcar. For just spend 3, 4, 5 million for license that vehicle there now, for make you put on a road, for make it run, then they do them. Because if you motorcar no license, you no register, you don't get rights for make you ply the streets of the of the country. You see, at all. So we don't start with that. You know.
When you talk about unlicensed vehicle, but most of the time we can see some vehicle linking the way they can even cover them. Now we don't know if not the number plate they can cover or maybe not just an empty plate they can just cover.
Then they all or they implement them. We don't implement them. We don't arrest even. We don't even impound even members of parliament, some ministers them, or they cover the number plates them. And so on. We don't put all that into implementation. In fact, we get a press release video will come out from State House, will also come out from Parliament, will say ministers and civil servants and members of Parliament are not supposed to cover the number plates them.
And plenty people within at the eastern parts they struggle for transportation, believing because most of the time the drivers then can take halfway, and when you go to the drivers and go say now because of the different points the way then they meet the traffic warden and the police officers then they na them particular points then they so now viewers go want for no I'm waiting on I don't do if una get for limit the certain position the way the police then they or una go still increase them.
Well, I think una self for serve as a witness. I want to make una self take a tour for see maybe from Waterloo take right or from Waterloo take to Lumley for me una check the traffic checks them all day because one the IG we don't reduce all the traffic checks them we don't reduce them they're not plenty the traffic checks them all day right. They're not plenty. And the issue of this halfway, we done the work with drivers union, then get what's they call them marshal there. And we done the arrest, police on the arrest some of the puda there, or they do, or they run this halfway. We they charge them to court. We they charge them, then they fine them, and so on. You see, so in the area of halfway, well, it don't they reduce actually, to be frank enough.
Waiting at the message we go out to all wait till you don't say so.
Yeah, well, the message is that like we don't can talk to the one them more where they use the road, one are the keke riders, the bike riders, the drivers union. The message to them is that for me to make sure say this festive season make driver, keke rider make you not drink or take drugs, or you they drive or where you they ride. We want for make we keep people them safe, make them be safe. When they use the road, when they work on the road, the one they will not get opportunity for sit down inside motorcar, for sit down on top bike, for sit down inside keke, make them be safe. Now people and safety we want. We don't want for people who lost life them during this festive season through road crashes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and know that you be.
My name Alhaji Tijan Conte, National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Commercial Tricycle Keke. Yes.
Okay, and we see say now we're in a festive season, and we know say during the festive season, so many accidents can happen, and you be the Secretary General for the Keke Union. Viewers go want for know what you know don't put in place for say accidents not happen with Keke this season.
Well, we say we dey on them because we get national, district, and park. Who they send at various sides. Zone 1, get district and park, we have 23 members, zone 2, zone 3, as well as zone 4, we the Waterloo. So then people are in there for oversee all the problems that way they happen. Even though we talk to thank God, because how we they get accidents, and now it's different. Now, you don't tell, they get a report say, Keke don't go bank, Keke don't do this because they put things in place. Whatever, either they agree or they don't agree. Yes, as long as they deal with we authorities, they put them into full control. That side, we thank God for now.
And also we can see most of the time with traffic in block, we can see keke can take another lane and can even go to 4 lane where they can do so waiting una don't put in place for educate them about the road, the use of the road.
Well, we self we dey on am. Yes, we no want that, we no like that. But you know, where you don't meet speaking and don't born then and boku, na time to time, not for say we not can do am. At times even we I can come up because I up PWD midi. That 2 lane or 3 lane. I can even stop them. I say stop. Go back or you wait, you go inside the line. Yes, then can do am. But at times where you know they can do it and they do. Now we say we don't add some marshals them for go along the street where ABC, then say go able help we for that we get control of them people and they. Not of us really like that. We dey against that totally entirely. But we dey try for let them see and they stop and cut off. And that make we thanks God where the district and some park chairmans them they even attend this meeting. So myself don't pass a signal to them.
So as you they talk, we also can see keke can overload, can even put passenger front na in your seat. So what you know I don't do for stop that overloading?
Yes, even that overloading day because we the marshals and hold them carry them go to office, we get a fine. Where we can find the letter and not one. But some can want use influence. So immediately you can even call Ross Road or either PWD because the office in the middle. Yes, for safekeeping. We can get them there for the rest of the day. Then later we'll go pull them for lead and not drum. And still, we dey against that because a rider, you know, go there, now you the ride, then somebody go sit down who side you there. Then they can cause accidents at any time. So we dey on them. And anybody where we catch on them till and day, we self will go punish them. But we dey against that. You see, not to one time, but every day, if you want to go so meet up them, you will stop them, sensitize them, that would agree. We not agree, we get an other way, we will go implement to you that arrogant way. Yes, and send
So like when I get anything we can identify on our members them?
Well, because we dey on this database, this registration, where we don't put 2,000 forms there, we don't give the different chairmans them, so that they will able to go and then parks them for let them register. Let we self know the exact because the only identification na national, the district and the park. So then self on this then data, so we able to give them serial number. We don't know say yes, this you don't identify and say na this and do with them strongly. Then this 28th of this month, we'll get everything in input at the computer. So now so we dey try for do things.
So how safe the person can be this festive season for onboard the keke? Since we not get waiting the identify on our membership.
Okay. Even way I talk to because we get all one them, we get the membership, ID cards and do this, now the new one them. The only way, okay, only because some passengers them, when they can go and can left items then at the kekes them. I get them reports and a lot they edit in our office. I can only advise them, say when you dey on board keke, try for let you know the keke in number. When you don't get the keke in number, the keke in color, you just kind of office you report. So we go able to send the message in all the zone and say so keke, so yellow keke, so number. Well, not to all, but 70%. So una send and give it. So now the marshals there and the parks chairman them, and then go able to hold them. Say so keke, we don't arrest them. So now so we can do things.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much too. Happy yes.
Hello, welcome to this interview. Your name and who that you be?
Thank you very much for having me. I'm Mr. Momodu Kuroma, Vice President of the Motor Drivers and General Transport Workers Union.
And also, you be the vice president for the drivers union, and we know say we dey into the festive season, and plenty people don dey raise concern about transportation issue. So, wetin the drivers union don put in place for solve some of the issues, then especially na the eastern part where people can complain about the halfway.
Well, to start with, this is not a strange thing. Normally, festive season na season where people like people all man want travel will go up the provinces, and the vehicle where they want on service, most of them they all can want go upline. So that's what they cause too much strain of transportation. And we all know we get shortage of vehicle. So the few can get where they decide for go up like the one they within our western area can suffer much. But notwithstanding, we get to border city, we work out some bus system where then at the road, where they ply what's a lot of Freetown, and we get other stakeholders where themselves they complement the effort of other stakeholders them where then they operate up and down.
And even at the parks them, or you can see drivers union them presence KDD. So what thing can they do na them parks then because majority of the most of the time, some of the drivers can even load halfway from them parks then they.
Well, the provinces not get halfway. This halfway now.
Not the provinces, but the parks them.
Well, if we talk of parks, we'll get provincial parks, and then we'll get the western area parks them, where like Bombay Street, where na dey more Patin Street, and you get from Waterloo for Canton. But I mean, we get marshals where the purpose of them marshal for there and for regulate the drivers there, for make sure say not only drivers, even the passengers and say for make the passenger then take them to the rightful destination, and when the drivers then come, then take passenger back go to the rightful destination. Now that and for although yes, so they get exceptional cases then because looking at transportation today in our country today, our western area, very very challenging. But I mean the union self they try through the marshals for make sure say they get queue system. Mostly people they can go na queue now, they can create this problem. But if you decide for go na queue, no matter the time, you must get motor where they can you go.
And we don't see say during the festive season, so many accidents can happen with majority of the citizens and believe say some of them drivers they also can take drugs. So as a union, we una they look after them drivers they also waiting una don't put in place towards the allegations they also where the citizen then get against una union.
Well, we as an organization, we get partners with the work with the Saloon Police, SLRSC. If you watch, we get a operation where they honor for the congest 54 street stem. During that course day, we make sure say we do proper sensitization to drivers them, to the passengers them, especially to the drivers. Any park will go, they make sure so we do proper sensitization at that. For make sure say this is a festive season, not only the festive season, you are a professional driver, you for drive according to the language of the road. Not to forget begin take drugs, not forget take any hard substance where go at the detriment of people and for go finish people their life. So I believe saying a part of the congestion of the 54th street are part of that sensitization we dey go with.
Overloading and also overspeeding na another thing way they increase every day. Waiting on I don't do.
Well, that part of the sensation, but easily see driver now overspeed because when you look from Waterloo to Freetown, all on join right now. So they will move how many kilometers you don't meet traffic. You must meet a little bit traffic where it go slow you down. But to the one day where then feel say something, even with that, then still they run, we still continue the sensation as an organization.
What about the overloading?
Overloading and they take the normal capacity. We are by the Sprinter and a 5.5. The other are short vehicle and a 4.4. So it may not be overloaded actually, to be precise enough. Overloading all day. And mind you passengers self not go first for overload because I did the problem can come out. Because of you say vehicle shortage, you don't snap for 15, 20, 30 minutes as the case may be. You don't snap the wait for transport, you see put a cam, you don't load there, you the first for go, not do that. Patient wait, go na queue, if queue there, you go must get motor car with the care you go.
The membership now another thing. Waiting on I don't put for CC all the drivers then be part of the membership.
We dey try through SLRSA way now we partners there we dey try because now we don't keep a meeting whereby any driver now we they go take driver license for make sure say good drivers union that meeting don't keep we dey try we dey on the process now for try for correct time.
Okay. Waiting at the message we go out to all with you don't say so.
Well, me they talk to all the drivers in this country, not only drivers and the passengers they now then our customer because now then with the travel and then they pay we, now then they make sure so maintain the vehicle and that to start with I they wish them a happy Christmas in advance. Now that I they advise them not take drugs, make sure so you maintain law and order and say peaceful cities must be law abiding. So law we use that slogan there for maintain law and order in the country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
As we don't listen to different stakeholders, them now the transport sectors and also the director of traffic, waiting they don't talk about waiting they don't put in place for say this festive season accident minimize now the country. Mina Isatu Smile Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition of the program Talk to the Camera, I say tata.